Welcome to the Tennis Warehouse Racket Review. This is the Babolat Pure Aero. One of the most popular rackets in the world gets a fresh name, a new look, and a couple of noteworthy performance updates. The string pattern in the centre of the racket is more open than before, and combined with larger grommets that have also been recessed into the frame, make this update more explosive and spin-friendly than ever. Chris, you really enjoyed the previous version. What did you think of the current update?
I really like this one too. The previous version swung a bit lighter and faster than the Aero Drive GT it replaced. And then this one, for me, got more back to the feel of the GT. It got a bit more stability at impact. I really liked some additional swing weight when it came through. And especially the Aero Drive and now the Pure Aero has always been a great racket when I'm in a very defensive position to get me back on offense. And this one did it even better just because I had a little bit more mass behind the ball. And on my backhand slice, I could punch the slice nice and deep. I wasn't giving up as many short balls to my opponent to attack, so I felt like I could defend really well with it. And then when it came to serving, I was serving just as hard with this racket as I do with the Pure Drive Plus, which really surprised me. So great access to spin, great access to power on serve. And then we've been stringing it with a couple of different co-polys, and that is just a perfect way to add a lot of control and even get more spin out of this racket. So fun play test for me. I really love this racket. My only one knocker is I've been fortunate enough to try the Tour version. I prefer that one a little bit more, but this is just a dynamite racket.
So Michelle, you're a big fan of the Babolat Pure Drive, but your taste in rackets has been evolving. How did you find the Pure Aero?
Yeah, I love this update because it feels a little beefier than the previous version. It was right up my alley. This sweet spot is huge, so I was finding nice power, lots of spin. Also, I found that the strings have opened up a little bit, so that spin was really easy to get. Although I did find that I had to reel in my flatter strokes and add a lot more arc to my balls to keep them in the court. On serve, it was absolutely amazing. I could get huge kick serves, awesome slice out of it. As well, the power was awesome. I hit some of my hardest serves with this racket at 108 miles an hour, so loved it on serve. At net, super easy, really easy to carve out simple volleys or nice and deep into the court. And then lastly, I found the comfort to be really good. So I could string this racket up into the high 50s and my arm wasn't having any issues. Super comfortable racket. Overall, I love this update.
Andy, you're also a really big fan of the previous model. How did you find the update?
First off, we're honored and privileged to have you, Siobhan, back stateside to host this review. I was a big fan of the previous version. I continue to be a huge fan of this one. I did find there to be a little bit of an adjustment period for me, especially when I was hitting it side by side with the other one. That added swing weight, all that weight up towards the tip of the frame, and also that more open sweet spot does make this racket more powerful, more spin friendly than the previous version, and a little more difficult to maneuver than the previous version. But once I started hitting this new one more, I started to adjust to the weight and then appreciated that added stability and power. And then once I was used to it, it just becomes a weapon from all over the court. Love it off the ground, loved it on the serve. I was using my serve as a weapon, which I don't always get to do, but I was serving extremely well with this racket. All in all, if you're a fan of this line, this is definitely one to try. It's going to be a little heftier, a little bit more power than the other ones, but this is certainly a nice update.
Hey Marco, and just to represent the Southern Hemisphere, why did the Kiwi cross the road?
To get to this racket.
And how did you find the update?
Yeah, so Siobhan, I really like this racket. The update really fit into my specs. I really enjoyed the increased swing weight and the more open string pattern. I just really enjoy the ability to really get the ball diving down on the target with this frame. The power and spin comes in buckets with this racket. I felt I could swing, get the ball going where I really wanted to. I really felt in control of where my ball was landing. I haven't experienced the blend of power and control with any other racket than I did with this racket. Really enjoyed moving forward, hitting approach shots, and then coming into net and being able to really finish the point off with that 1 or 2 volley. So overall, really enjoyed the power, control and spin that this racket gave me.
For this playtest, we strung it up with Prince Tour XC at 54 pounds. If you'd like to learn more, check us out at tenniswarehouse.com.